Welcome to Win the Day from Back to the Bible. I'm your coach, Pastor Nat, and today we're going to answer the question, why do you follow Jesus? There are three kinds of influence today. There is situational influence. This is the kind that allows you to persuade people based on your title or rank. They usually follow because they have to. The problem is there is little or no heart or loyalty for the follower. Then there is temporary influence. This influence is based on what you've done. The followers leave when the money runs out or you can no longer impact their lives. Then there is lasting influence. This influence is based on who you are, rather than your title or your performance. This is the authentic kind because loyalty is based on character and care. If you follow Jesus today, is it out of obligation? Is it out of necessity? Or is it out of love for Him? Let's see how Jesus' influence impacts us today in John chapter 4, beginning in verse 43. After the 2 days, he departed for Galilee. For Jesus himself had testified that a prophet has no honor in his hometown. So when he came to Galilee, the Galileans welcomed him, having seen all that he had done in Jerusalem at the feast. For they too had gone to the feast. So he came again to Cana in Galilee, where he had made the water wine. And at Capernaum there was an official whose son was ill. When this man had heard that Jesus had come from Judea to Galilee, he went to him and asked him to come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. So Jesus said to him, "Unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe." The official said to him, "Sir, come down before my child dies." Here we find Jesus after he's been in Samaria. The people of Samaria have met Jesus, and they are changed. But his time is up. He must go and continue his mission. He came to Galilee where he performed his first miracle in John 2. That is where he turned the water into wine. And according to verse 44, the people had witnessed Jesus, so they wanted to see some more tricks. You see, this is temporary influence. If Jesus doesn't perform well, the people go. But we find Jesus where his reputation is spreading because an official who had that situational influence was in need. His son was ill, so he turns to Jesus. This was no small task. This official was a high-ranking leader, but he had no solution. It says that he asked him to come down. This is actually a very poor translation. It should read that he implored or begged continually. "Please, Jesus, please, Jesus, please, Jesus, heal my son." This is the prayer of every parent who is helpless in a children's hospital. They turn to Jesus sometimes for who they perceive him to be or what he can do for them. The official had faith that Jesus could heal, but apparently not enough faith to say the word or bring the child back to life. You know this because he begs him to come down to Capernaum before the child dies. But also notice that this man is a man of great power, so he's very used to commanding other people. He begs imperatively, much like we do today. "I need this now. Are you going to do it?" Here's the question for us. How do we come to Jesus? How do you come to Jesus? Do you demand that he complies with your wants? Do you treat him like a spoiled child who demands from their parent? Are you coming to Jesus out of obligation or fear without love and awe? Do you come to Jesus like a genie in a bottle, ready to move to the next lamp when the wishes run out? Or do you come to Jesus out of love for who He is? Jesus doesn't want demands. He doesn't want compliance without love. He doesn't want to be your genie. He deserves and desires to be your shepherd, Savior, Lord, and Sustainer. Friend, this is Jesus. Do you believe it?